I really wanted good gravy, I could pop one of those open. But this, I'm just giving it a try. So we'll just use some of our 1%. It'll still turn out good. But if it was holiday, no way. I would have my crumbly good sausage in order with my heavy cream and vitamin D milk. Okay, let's get you set here. Making sure you can see good. And let's check on our sausage. It smells good and it looks good. Let's get this out. Okay, let's put them. Put them up here because I've got that steaming. Try and keep these warm. And what we're going to do, get our flour out. I don't know, do you use all-purpose flour or self-rising, or does it matter when you make gravy? Okay, I don't want to touch anything. It's going to burn me. That's where I've got those artichokes. Turn those all the way down. 20 more minutes on those, and that will keep this pretty warm. Not too warm though. Okay, let's look. We don't have much grease in here at all. So I'm going to skim the top of this grease that was in the refrigerator and just throw this out. Even though it was covered, I don't use it that often, so I just like to kind of skim the top so you don't get that refrigerator taste, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's about a tablespoon. And then let's do the same with butter. Keep this on low, and there's a little bit of sausage in here. And then I'll probably cut a little bit of it up and get some more in here. Put that here. See, I just have that little bit, and then I'll get that put back in the fridge. Get this out of the way. So we have the leftover biscuits and leftover cinnamon rolls, homemade from yesterday. I got a couple of eggs out because all I've had today is just some homemade juice. So I will be ready to have something to eat. All right. Let me show you. Got a little bit of color on it. Hard to know where to set the phone without it moving all over. So let me find a good spot, and we're going to get flour in here and start whisking. Okay, that's all come together. Get my whisk. And this is a rubber so it doesn't scratch. And if I wanted to, I would have gotten out one of my, whatchamacallit, cast iron butt. So this is just some flour I took out, so I'm not wasting too much, and I'm seeing how much. So that's about a tablespoon. So 2 tablespoons per 1 cup. So if we're going to do 2 cups of gravy, I'll add the rest of that in a minute. Let's get this whisking, turn it up to about 2 on my gas stove, which would be on your electric, a little bit above your lowest setting. Cook out this flour. Give this at least a minute to 2. Don't put it on too high. I have to adjust as I go and see it. It's really warm up there. Then we'll cut up some of that sausage and put it into this gravy. I kind of moved the phone video close. So let's see, what was I going to get? Let's get out a milk. I have it right here. 2% organic, just happens to be. Let's get 1 cup here, set it to the side. So we're going to go with probably start with the cup, and then we'll add in little by little that second cup. Isn't it, let's see, 2 tablespoons of flour. I have to look per 1 cup. Comes out perfectly for cheese sauce. Okay, so we got 1 minute on this whisking. Get 1 more. Cast iron, it would turn a lot darker, but I don't feel like going through all the cleanup and everything, and this is an easy skillet to clean. So, okay. Let that sit. Okay, now we're going to do this slowly but surely, whisk this in, and this is pretty much on low, so it's definitely going to take 2 cups, I can tell by looking. This way of doing it with the flat just seems to work well for me. I might whisk a little bit more, but that worked. Get these clumps out. Do you like pepper in your gravy? I sure do. We've got that little bit of salt already from the butter, the sausage, and the bacon grease. Okay, let me pour another cup so we have it on hand. And this milk came out of the freezer, so always a good idea in bad weather. You can freeze butter, freeze cheese, freeze milk. Freeze leftovers if you're just going to be cooking on your wood stove. That's how it was when my kids were young. We had a wood stove, and I always had frozen stew, which was always a favorite because I froze bread. English muffins, French bread, toast, grilled cheese sandwiches, whatever you can get by with, right? But there, we didn't have, I'm going to do a little bit more flour. Get that worked in. So we're about up to 2.5 tablespoons, and I don't want this tasting like flour, so this is going to have to be cooked. The other, we kind of directly cooked it out. So I don't want any lumps and bumps, so got to get this worked in. Then we're going to add in the rest of our milk. I don't know, think I'm going to, before I add in the rest of the milk, let's grab some, like I said, not too much salt. This is a tiny teaspoon. Oops. But definitely pepper. See how tiny that is? Isn't that cute? I love it. The little things, right? Okay. Let's give this a whisk, because now we need to get this flour cooked. I don't know, I've never really added in flour when I had already cooked it out and added milk, but I wanted to make enough gravy, so I think it'll be okay. You got your whisk, you got your spatula, and your patience. That's getting way too warm up here. That's all I need is that to break. Okay, so what we're gonna do is grab a little knife and get some of this sausage into this gravy, because we're cheating because we don't have any ground. Get some of the, sausage. So let's do it this way. And without having the real milk, yeah, that's going good. See it thickening up? Okay, let's get the rest of that in. That is going to be that. After this, I'll scramble some eggs, warm up one biscuit, and have a little feast. Be right back. This is coming together nicely. Still needs to go, and it'll go thick quick. And if it does, you can always put a little more milk in. This is looking like the consistency and the amount that works well for me. And if you had that crumbly sausage or freshly fried bacon grease, ooh-wee. I have to give it a little bit of a harder whisk because I want to make sure all the lumps are out, and it looks like they are. Okay, turn this off. You're just thickened up. Looking good. What do you think? Nice consistency. Looks good. It'll thicken up a little bit more as it sets. Done. Let's cover it up. I put a little bit of butter down and a little bit of blend Kinder seasoning. Cracked my eggs right on top. Give that some flavor. I got a biscuit in the microwave. You can put it in the toaster oven or do a slow in the microwave. And I mean, let's see, we did 10 seconds, we'll do 12. And that'll be it for that biscuit, or it'll get hard on you. Turn this off. Let this finish. Okay. 10 seconds and then 12. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Looking good. Plate this up. Delicious milk gravy. I didn't want it too thick, and it isn't. So yummy, yum, yum. Thank you for joining Dana's Daily Doodles. You gotta try this. It was pretty delicious. I have to tell you, I can taste the tiniest bit of flour. So be careful. Cook your flour out completely. It's good.